senior, and Cotton said, "I want you to go out and look at this kid from Silver Lake, Lonnie Kruger."
Growing up was always baseball. Even going into college, thought about being a baseball player more than a basketball player. But of course, basketball is a little higher profile sport in college.
On his recruiting weekend, though, he had what I would call a low-key recruiting weekend. In that, Cotton was busy we had some out-of-state guys and shuffling them around, showing them around. So I had Lon, and we needed lunch, and I knew we were going to make it. So I called Kay, my wife, and I said, "Hey, I've got this recruit from Silver Lake. We got to have lunch. Could you fix us a lunch?" So we popped by my house, and we had bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I always like to tell the story that Lon Kruger was recruited to K-State on a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
Dad and I had talked about it, and we did wait on the baseball draft, which was in June. And at that point, Coach Hartman was in on board as well, but not at all wavered. It was just a matter of, do you play baseball or go to college?
Cotton Fitzsimmons left, went to the Phoenix Suns, and then I left, and finally nobody around, and Kruger isn't signing with anybody. And then Jack Hartman came, and Jack's greatest move that summer was he went over to Silver Lake and signed Lon Kruger, which was the dream player.
Funny thing about Lonnie is you'd see him in the preseason. When you first met Lonnie, you didn't really pay him much mind. You didn't think he was going to be that good. You thought he'd be kind of a sub, and something happened as soon as practice started. I've never seen a player that intense. Never seen a player bring it every day like Lonnie would bring it.
People have no idea how good an athlete Lon Kruger is.
He was a tremendous athlete. He was a quarterback in high school, and I believe if they would have let him try to play football here, he would have played football.
I've heard he's unbelievable in racquetball. Even today at his age, I think there can be a lot of people younger than him in racquetball.
I remember once Mike said that Lon Kruger was really a student of the game. It couldn't have been said better. He was really a student of the game. He was the type of player that got everybody involved, and he excelled at the same time.
For the most part, I was always saying about passing first, and in fact, that's probably the thing that Coach Hartman got on me more about than anything else is shooting the ball. I'd get in there and the play would be to shoot it, I'd still be looking to pass it, and I can remember those words ringing in my ear still today. He wasn't shy about letting you know what he thought about a play.
I think Jack Hartman recognized early what he had in a basketball mind, and Lon ran that club from the time he was eligible to play at Kansas State, and honestly was a coach on the floor.
Lon is smart, and that makes a difference when you're playing a point guard position. So it worked out really well, and they were close.
Lon, when he was at K-State, could do something that no other player that I saw in my 4 years could do with Jack Hartman. And one huddle, we were playing Missouri, I believe, and things weren't going well. We needed to make adjustments, and Hartman called a timeout. And when players knew very well when Hartman talked, you were quiet, and players started coming in, and everybody's starting to say, "Boy, what do we do? I can make a backdoor cut. What about this play?" And Hartman's telling everybody, "Be quiet." And all of a sudden, Lon starts talking, and Lon starts coaching and telling people what to do. Hartman didn't tell him to be quiet. Hartman sat there quietly with his hands in his pocket and let Lon coach the team. He was not only a player, one of the best players on the court, he was by far the best coach. He could see exactly what needed to go. Hartman let him tell the players what to do and said, "That's exactly right, players, let's go."
Probably the game I remember most as a player was the final game in Hearn's facility at Missouri. The Big 8 championship was on the line, and to go in there, and I remember Steve Mitchell and Danny Beard having terrific games, and to win on the Big 8 championship on an opposing team's court and having that crowd go silent at the end is almost as good as winning one at home.
Definitely clutch. Definitely clutch. You want the ball in Lonnie's hands with the game on the line.
If there's anybody that I would want to shoot free throws at any point in time to win a game, it would be Lon Kruger.
He was one of the guys that all of the kids my age wanted to be like. He wasn't the biggest nor the fastest, but he had the heart of a lion.